We improved the UI,
added a new worker,
and started doing research in
this
Devlog. Hey, my name is Garrett, and welcome to episode 38 of Attila's Trek. I'm making a game called Space Prevention Force, a 2D tycoon and management game where you try to save as many lives as possible. Stick around till the end of the video to see everything done this week. And now, Commander, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's have some fun. I can't tell if that's a bug or that's just the light making that noise. This week, one of the first things I did was fix the grid. And yeah, that probably should have been done earlier, and actually it was a really quick fix. I just kind of had to think about it a bit, but now it's looking great. Just these boxes, but they actually match up with the rooms depending on where you place them and how big the room is. Everything lines up really nice, and I think it looks great. I also added a lab worker sprite, so now there's an actual little kind of cute little guy, cute as a lab worker can get, I guess, for the actual lab technician. So now you can actually tell a difference between the office worker and the lab worker. I also updated the office worker a bit, so his colors look a little nicer and he looks a little bit more like an office worker. But both of them are now kind of looking cool.
I could always tell the difference.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Go back to like making out with a toaster or something. I also made some improvements for the system for placing your workers. So now I have this cool little thing where depending on whatever room you're hovering over, the worker that will get placed is different. So if you're hovering over the office, it will place an office worker. And if you're hovering over the lab, it will place a lab worker. And honestly, I'm pretty proud of this. I think it's pretty cool. And I think as a feature, it will simplify the game a lot more. So instead of having to select a specific worker for a specific room, you just have to click the worker button, and depending on whatever room you highlight over, that correct worker will be placed. I also updated the UI a bit. So I started experimenting with some fonts, and I added this new font, which is pretty cool, but it's not perfect because it actually doesn't have a $ symbol. So it's a mix between the two, and it doesn't look that great. But I think it does look better than just the standard font, which is kind of what I'm looking for right now. I'm also experimenting with different colors and different designs for the UI, but this really isn't much of a priority right now. I'm more focused on the functionality of everything.
Yeah, you should be focused more on me.
No, I gave you time. That's enough. And the biggest undertaking of this week was the research system. So I started doing that, and it is a very simple and very not great system right now, but I have gotten that started. So now you can actually research upgrades, and they do actually work. Right now it's actually only one upgrade where it just doubles your money for the month, but I want to have it double it for all the months, but right now it only doubles for the 1 month, so that's not even working perfectly, but that's expected. I've only been working on it for a few days, but the basics of the system are there. I did also work on just making my code look a lot better. The first iteration of the week of the research system wasn't that great at all, and a lot of stuff was hard-coded and not very dynamic. But today I got it a little bit more dynamic, so you can actually have or add upgrades easily, so it's a lot more robust, I guess, in that way. So that will help a lot for continuing work on that in the future. And it's funny, as I was working on it, I found this problem because using these buttons only allow for one argument. So I found this workaround online, and I was using that, and I was pretty proud of doing that. However, as soon as I finished it, I realized another workaround that was much simpler and much more effective. And it's kind of funny how things work out like that sometimes. It works now and it works better, so I'm happy about that, but it's kind of funny how I had to solve the problem one way to figure out a better way to solve it again.
Good thing you didn't code me. Hey Garrett, how's the training been?
Not bad. I actually didn't film anything this week, but I did train. However, I will show you some footage of me training last week. I was trying to do back handsprings, and you can see I'm training on a mattress, and I felt better than it looked like, but that's kind of what really matters. I am getting better. Here's the development timeline of the game thus far. I've spent 130 minutes on art, 500 minutes on programming, and still 5 minutes on animation. And also remember, no sound yet. Also, here is the timeline of the development of the game in the upcoming months. For my next steps, I want to update the UI a bit more. So I actually want to make it kind of presentable, because right now stuff overlaps, and I was kind of getting annoyed playtesting today because it really didn't look great at all. I at least want it to look sort of good. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I don't want to finish the font or the colors, but it has to look at least decent. So I want to work on that next week, which shouldn't be that hard. It'll just kind of take some time. I am also going to continue with the research manager because I've kind of gotten a little bit of momentum, and from the stuff I've been doing, I don't want to forget it by leaving it. So I want to try to finish that as soon as I can. Also, it's one of the biggest features of the game. It's one of the core features, so getting that done sooner than later, that would make me pretty happy. So going off of the feature implementation, or at least the start of it, of the research system, my question for this week is, what is your favorite science subject? Like what, or if you don't like science, that's okay. Personally, I like physics, although I don't really like the math part of it, so it's kind of all of it, but you know what, that's beside the point. What's your favorite science subject? This week, I want to shout out 2 people, so that is Programming Juvenile and RD. I've been talking with Programming Juvenile in Discord for the past couple days, and he's a cool dude. He also has a YouTube channel where he does devlogs, and I'm pretty sure he's back from vacation, so he should be posting another devlog soon. Also, RD, he's been commenting on my videos for a while, and he also suggested a 8-bit color palette, and he sent me a link to that in the Discord, or to my Discord account. I don't have a Discord server yet. I will, just wait. But he sent me help for that, so I don't know if I can use it yet, but I really do appreciate it. I will link both of them in the description. Thank you, yes, you, for watching. I really do appreciate it, and sticking with the theme of the game where you try to save as many lives as possible. I want to make sure that everyone watching is okay. So if you need any help, if you want to talk, if you don't know what to do, I'm not an expert on life, but I can at least try to help you through certain things. So please, if you need any help whatsoever, I will have a link to my Discord account and also my Instagram where you can DM me through there. If you need anything, if you just want to talk, anything at all, I want to help you guys out because you have shown me so much support and I want to give back. So please contact me if you need help. And on that, I love all of you, and I will see you next week.
Turns out it was a fly.